And we are back. Third time with me tonight. And we're here for the second to last lobby, which is lobby 7. We have T10 in the Audi of Mick, Mac and Tommy. We've got X7M in the Red Bull with Fidelo, however you say his name, and Paco. You've got MGA in the Mercedes with Steve and Jocelyn. And you have VMV in the Williams with Grenade and Sancho. Alright, getting on board with a few of these drivers then. It will be Grenade of the VMV team in the Williams going to be starting us off. I believe just behind will be Paco. Yeah, Paco is the driver behind. So we'll keep it with Grenade for now as we watch him tackle Singapore for the first time tonight. The first time in lobby 7 as well. So on board with the Williams, it's going to burn down into turn 1. So we'll see how he navigates the first 3 corners. Not too bad of a first sector so far. A little bit of a squirrely moment exiting that right-hander. However, to finish off sector 1, it will be a 26-5-1. Now into sector 2, a lot of slow speed corners. So we pick your braking points, get the car turned in. As Steve has left the session, that'll be down to Piney to get them back into the session. So it's a 3.565 for Grenade. Just the one more sector to go and a handful of corners. So first up will be this chicane. He navigates it quite nicely and now into the final corner. Burn the rest of the battery that he has available to him, and it's a 28.3 banker for Grenade. Then it'll be Paco next. Paco, the 28.1 for the X7M team. Mick Mac does a 29.4 and is only P3 of the time set so far, which is also the slowest times of set so far. Sancho goes up to P2, matches his teammate and actually goes ahead of his teammate of Grenade. So VMV are looking quite tasty right now with their lap times. A very nice average so far. I believe that's Tommy now starting a lap. Setting a 39.6, I'd imagine that was he's doing 2 out laps. So on board with Tommy for the T10 team. 26.5 for the first sector, so not too bad of a first sector split for him. Getting very close to that outside wall. I think he actually tapped the outside wall slightly. And again there, just ever so slightly tapping the outside wall, but It's not going to ruin his lap in any way, shape or form. Coming through Sector 2 for the Audi. Very nice done through the hairpin, gets the power down, minimises the wheel spin, and to finish off Sector 2, it'll be a 3.899. Tommy just navigating these final few corners now. And round the final corner, the time will be a 28.590. Now on board with Fidello. Fidello for the X7M team. In the Red Bull, with his teammate up in P1 currently. He will set a time that will match his teammate and actually go ahead and go quickest here in Lobby 7 so far. The two teammates sitting right at the top. It's 2 by 2 by 2 and then by 2 because MGA has not set a lap time yet. But Jocelyn is actually on a flyer as we speak. So we'll go on board with the Mercedes. Has actually left the session. It's not ideal. As expected, Tommy into pit lane. Fidello would be into pit lane as well, and you've got 4 cars who are currently on outlaps. The head of the pack of cars would be Grenade in P4, currently on a 28.3, the same as his teammates actually. But starting off a lap now, we'll see if they can gain any more time in this session. So keeping it going with the VMV driver. Almost a 10th up through Sector 1, so looking very nice and very close to invalidating, but keeps it valid somehow. So trying to extract as much time as they possibly can. And Grenade is still going. And finishing off his lap, it'll be a 1 minute 27.962. The first driver into the 27s here in Lobby 7. Very nice lap. Now it's up to his teammate to try and match him. Starting off, we'll go with MicMac44, currently on a 29.4. And is not improving at all, so we'll go on to the next driver, which would be Paco. Currently 4 tenths up. He is flying, but how that wasn't invalidated, I do not know. Paco coming to the line. 28.0. Sancho does a 27.9 as well, so the two VMV drivers liking to stick very close together. As Tommy has invalidated. Mick Mac is on a flyer, but is about half a tenth down. Still on board the T10 driver of Mick Mac 44. Just finishing off Sector 2. Still down on his time, so at the moment he's not going to be improving, as that's a spin. Facing the wrong way is not going to help his chances. As Jocelyn has left again. At least Steve is actually able to be on an outlap at this current stage, but let's not jump the gun with that. So watch Steve as they are taking the chance to take their first lap in this session. Getting a bit of a wheel spin moment out of turn 3. But keeps it in a straight line. And Steve on one of the straights will finish off Sector 1. And it's a 26.6. Steve still going with his lap. The 3.995 for the first two sectors. So it's not lighting the times a light at this current stage, but he could be on to beat one of the Audi drivers who is currently sat on a 29.4. Bit of a slide and he bails out and he's going back into pit lane. So is Tommy. I think Fidelo is on a lap. Yes, 1.5 tenths up coming through Sector 2. Finishing off this lap for the X7M driver. Round the final corner now. It will be a 27.8 and that is a mega lap. I believe that puts their average above VMV currently. As Steve has retired from the session. Jocelyn has left the session again. So I believe that might be done for MGA, which is very unfortunate because there's nothing more they could do. I believe Micmac has started a flying lap, so we'll go on board with Micmac. Micmac coming through sector 2. Seems like he's struggling just a tad. He's getting all out of shape there, coming out of the hairpin. And that's not going to do him any favours, but he's still currently 2 tenths up. But that 2 tenths is not going to help him out as much as what he would be hoping for. Sonia 29.1, and I believe that is session done for the Audi. His teammate Tommy also on a lap. Sancho on a lap as well, but we'll come back to him. Grenada's starting a lap. Paco is starting a lap as well. So I believe it will be Tommy. I believe was nearly 3 tenths down on his time, so it doesn't look like he's improving much. And Tommy is going to probably cause a yellow flag. Yep, he's caused a yellow flag, and that has now just hampered Sancho's run. Probably not gained as much time as what he can through there because of that. Oh lord, we've got over 40 people watching right now. As we get to end of lobby 7. Sancho will finish off, and it is a 27.9. Back up to P2. What can his teammate do? His teammate has invalidated. So I believe it is all eyes on Paco. Can Paco find any more time in this qualifying session? Currently sat on a 28.0. His teammate on a 27.8. And Paco is down by a tenth. Doesn't go off track in that time, but might have lost him time on his quickest run. However, he's still got sector 3 and more corners to navigate. And into the final corner, Paco will come to the line, and it's a 27.7. And he's pulled that lap out of the bag right when he needed it. Now that is 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Looking like they'll be seeing themselves qualified. Same as VMV and T10. I'm not too sure about. Possibly we'll have to wait and see when the results come out later. And MGA is unfortunately unable to get laps in. Maybe give them the chance to go into another lobby or get a second run. I'm not sure, because that is kind of out of their hand. However, I shall leave you guys now. You shall be left with the final lobby commentator. So we shall get to that and see you guys whenever.